It started. I pressed the button.
Jarret, drop a beat, Jarret.
Welcome to the podcast, Frank and Friends, or the Giggle Box. I don't really know yet, but we're gonna name the podcast on this one. So then, I don't know. I'm not a rapper.
None of it rhymed. The cadence was alright.
At least everyone knows why we're here.
Yes.
Oh, we're here to talk about movies.
And other stuff.
And whatever we feel like.
Mostly movies, though. We're actually gonna start off with the topic of penises, or rather like full penetration in film, and why it's never shown.
Now what I'm saying is there's that gap that in movies where, I mean, you see people like they're gonna have sex, but you never see them having sex.
Can we start listing some movies where we actually have seen penises, like a full-on penis?
Shame.
Shame is the only one that I've seen.
No, wait, Jason
Django?
Segel, he's got... Yo, I don't believe that dick was real, by the way.
Oh yeah, for Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
so
which
that's
dick?
two.
Django?
Yeah, dude, it looked like a fucking snail.
Have you ever
Like
seen
a slug.
Have you seen a dick upside down before?
Dude, plus
It was huge.
it's Jamie Foxx.
He's black, dude.
That's-
Dude, Jamie Foxx is black.
Honestly,
I've never seen a black dick in person. But come on. No. So that guy actually grabbed his dick? Wait, what were we saying? I feel like we're going off topic. Oh, the movie?
Oh yeah, the movies.
I can talk about
Django.
Jamie Foxx dick.
So that's three that I can recall.
Is it effective to have penis in a shot?
I think it's just a evolution of what we find acceptable in movies.
I think
You would never see a penis in a film pre 1999.
She's in at
Wait,
99
when
there were
did Shane come
people.
Can we fact?
Shane came
fact
out
check
in 2012, I think, or 2011.
Yeah, so I think it was really new, actually. I mean, because Forgetting Sarah Marshall was...
But at the same time, like, Shame is all about a sex addict and like his struggle with his addiction. So
What about...
putting the penis in there makes sense.
Yeah,
well,
you
it
didn't-
makes sense for Forgetting Sarah Marshall, too, because it's just funny.
It's true.
Like, that's it.
What about, like, vaginas? I've never seen, like, a full, like...
I think it's more acceptable to have like boobs or vagina as opposed to a penis.
Yeah,
'Cause
like-
a penis doesn't
Like an
look good.
unshaven vagina. You don't see that. I've probably seen more Dixon movies than I have an unshaved vagina.
Have you seen
Yeah, but
Harold and Kumar go to Guantanamo Bay?
They have the
That bottomless party.
Oh, yeah.
How
Right,
many?
Do you see the vagina, or do you just see, like...
Like, do you just see, like, the...
You just see like
like
a
standing
bush.
up, you know? You saw the bush.
You were talking about unshaven vaginas.
What
You
about
see just like...
shaven vagina?
But like, I don't think that the vagina.
Oh, not
is
unshaven.
necessary.
I meant shaven.
Oh, no. What's the one movie where they're doing like the fucking like talk and like they put the leg over the other leg and like as they're shifting, like they're interrogating a woman, like you just see a full shot of her like vagina and shit.
I've never seen that one.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's like... I don't know.
Darn. Well, anyways,
We'll
I
edit
mean,
it.
they show like pure like vagina in that shot.
Like, it's opened?
Like I mean, like it's her leg moving and like the camera shot is like you see this like if someone was sitting, you'd see all that shit.
I think I'd rather see a dick in a movie than I would just, like, an open vagina.
I don't know, man. I'm not into dicks, so.
I guess.
So I'm not into
So
dicks
here's the
either.
question. Do you think there will ever be a limit on what we can see in movies? Like, do you think there's ever going to be a stopping point of the
There's
evolution?
like a limit between like
at this
porn
point,
and like
it's
movie.
full penetration. But at the same
Yeah,
time,
I
like
mean,
you can't expect actors to
Actually,
actually.
That would blow my
Whoa,
mind.
I mean, you can expect them to kiss each other.
Now see, that's what it is. You want to blow the audience's mind. You want it to be like Hugh Jackman and Natalie Portman, both those two people
Oh,
just
wow,
doing
that'd
it.
be crazy.
Then I kind of feel bad for the actors. That's
Why?
taking away a personal experience. You're just making them fuck.
Well,
That's what porn is.
That's what porn is.
If they're dedicated actors,
Okay, but
they'll
that's
do it.
sad. But no, I mean like really dedicated.
It's
Like
kind of sad.
like who would do this? Like
Okay,
a
well,
dedicated actor, Jack Blackwood.
Would easily
School of
do
Rock
that.
full penetration edition.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be just about porn, man. It can be about the experience.
When do you think we'll see a scene with full penetration in a film?
Isn't
A-
Shia
Antichrist.
LaBeouf doing a movie
Yeah.
where he's having like real sex, and
Yeah.
then he didn't tell his girlfriend?
That seems like a lot buff move.
I mean, but do we really need to see like full penetration in it? That just becomes porn, you know. At some
Yeah.
point, like,
Yeah,
the movie's not all
It
about
kind of
that.
Yeah, what- does
takes
the
away from
story-
the art.
Yeah.
Does the story pertain to
But
me
the thing
seeing
is-
the dick inside?
10 years ago, we would have never been like, we would have been like, do we really need to see a penis in a film?
Or do we need
I
to
mean,
see
do we
boobs?
really need to see it?
Yeah,
Do we
that
need
question's
to see
still
it?
out there, man.
Shocking, can be used to make a
Yeah.
point.
I-
Django Unchained, you get this shot of just
Yeah,
him upside
it's-
down. Just all you see
I
is
mean,
his balls.
It is shocking, but is it necessary? Is the
No, it's
not
definitely
necessary.
not.
Of course it's not. There's a lot of unnecessary
You know, just
things
like
that are in film.
tits in films aren't necessary, but they're nice to look at.
That's how they get people to watch the film.
it's true.
Yeah, I think that's why you don't see a dick. I don't think they're that great to look at.
Yeah.
Well, you're a man.
Yeah, I've never been like, wow, that's a beautiful dick.
And girls don't.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a beautiful dick. You know, there's
I think if women were open about their sexuality and they were in a room with only women, they'd be like, Jamie Foxx is a pretty nice penis.
They're not gonna say he has a pretty big penis. They're not gonna say, yo, that's a handsome.
Okay.
penis. They only care about the length of it.
Sure.
Aesthetically, they're not into it. Or anyone is.
I actually met a guy who talked about that very topic, like how, like when he's watching porn, he likes to like if the guy has a nice looking dick.
You kind of think about it, porn is so gay because I wouldn't watch a porno with an ugly dude in it. Like, that kind of puts me off. Is that just my opinion?
I'm gonna agree actually. If
Like, if a gross looking dude is in a porno.
is like 57
And fat,
and yeah, and
gross.
he's fat and
I'm
gross.
not
It's
into
like,
that.
ugh.
That's kind of gay. Oh my
yeah. I agree with that.
god. Opinions?
On a side note, I know a person who the first time they saw a penis, they thought it was so weird looking that they just started laughing. Like, not because it was a tiny penis, but just because it was weird. It was just like, it looks like a giant thumb.
Wait, is this from back home?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Was this a dude?
Was it you?
No.
Were they laughing at your dick?
no, this did not happen to me. This happened to someone else.
Sure.
I don't know, the way you brought it up, like, it wasn't a small penis, kind of makes it seem like...
No.
Yeah, wait, I didn't even...
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't... I'm assuming it wasn't... She was... I don't know. I don't know, man. Wasn't me.
In the shower.
Sam's shower.
My sweet mate is taking a shower.
They don't give a fuck.
You think he's okay with that? If
Can
like
you hear this in the...
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Is it very apparent?
I mean, it's just like a little bit of like white noise in the back, sort of.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it
That's
make-
so weird. This man's shower is going to be on the internet.
Yes.
Think about that. The future. It's the future. You
So
gotta-
is our voices.
So you want to transition to a new topic?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
What should
okay,
we-
hold on. Let's have a conclusive
Penis.
statement about the penises in movies.
Okay. I don't think that they are necessary, and I think that they could, in fact, like ruin the art of a film.
Whoa.
If you want to show two characters having sex, I think what is already like the standard for sex scenes in Hollywood cinema is perfect.
Okay. Scott, what do you think?
Full penetration.
Mike.
I'm open up to the idea. I'll watch a movie maybe. I'm not looking forward to it. Like, I'm not going to watch a movie just for full penetration, but if it's in there, I'll give it an open mind.
I'm all for the penis. I mean,
Oh, are we just talking about full penetration or dicks in general?
Oh, well, just dicks. But
But-
if you want to mention full penetration, go
Yeah, I was talking about full penetration, not dicks. Can I? But I'm open to that too. Okay.
Yeah, I think Frank is really outnumbered here. I mean, I don't know about Jose, but...
I mean, if it's like a movie about a prostitute and it's like, it's going to help in the story in some way, then I think it's good to use it, or like a movie like Shame, but if it's like just showing dicks, then...
I think...
Just showing. I wish there was a review of the movie.
Like a guy just walks into a room with his dick hanging out for no reason.
Yeah, I think not only are we going to see more of it in the future, I think its evolution is inevitable and full penetration shall come at some point.
Ew.
Because there will be a demand for it, and
Nice.
that's
I mean,
that's how it happens.
But game man, that was hilarious. That can be taken so out of context. You said
Full penetration. Hold on. Can we get samples to this?
Oh know, honestly. I mean,
Okay, so do you guys want to move on to what should we name this podcast? Or like this idea of the new unoriginal genius that I'm trying to contemplate right now for this research paper? You know what? We'll talk about that some other time.
Can I get an Arizona from there?
Yeah. What should we name the podcast?
Podcast should be called Frank and Friends.
Can I also get
Because
one?
it sounds like Frankenstein. I was thinking that I'd also get a second one.
This makes for great audio, you guys.
Dude, Frank, I'll buy a case of Arizona tomorrow.
Dude, I'll
Okay.
suck your dick for one. Just kidding, guys.
Back to the top.
Okay. So I'm thinking the Giggle box.
With Frank and Friends?
Yeah.
I'll get into that.
The Giggle back with Frank and Friends.
You need like a theme song with a bunch of giggles and like children.
Do you think that that's a lot of pressure on you?
Why?
Because you're
You're
going to
Frank.
giggle. Yeah, you're Frank.
You're
It's just
Giggle
like-
Frank.
You're Frank, and we're your friends. Who knows who I am?
The idea of the Giggle box came so I went to this show, Too Much Light, and at this show they give you a name tag, but it's not your name. They give you a name. And I went up one time and I was giggling, and so the girl assigned me the name Giggle Box, and that's where I came up with the name. I don't know. So if there's going to be plenty of giggles,
a podcast called Giggle Box.
really?
They're called Giggle Box with Frank and Friends. Well, then it sounds like it's after that. Never mind.
This is a boring topic. We
Yeah.
should move on. Anyone else?
Yeah, that'd be boring.
Let's
Anything?
talk about new genius. Describe it. What is it?
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Basically, with the innovation of the internet, you can't restrict students to a schooling model that, just teaches them this base information, but rather they should be allowed to go to school and learn in the ways that they want, how they want, just you have to cater to innovation, and the current schooling model isn't doing a good job at that.
Why do you think it's not doing that?
Because the current system was established in the industrial age, and so they needed to put a system in place that would allow for a working class, because they needed a working class for industrialization, because they had the workers and then they had the sub managers. So basically here's what happens. People go to school, but most of the time they would just go to grade school and get their base education, and those people would make up the working class. People that moved on to high school would be managers and supervisors and shit like that. And then the people that were lucky enough to go on to college would end up being the head bosses or the heads of a company, just because they had the advantage over others, the advantage of more schooling and therefore more ability to expand their mind than other people did.
So what do you want to fix it?
I'm saying that we have to make a new system that allows for everyone to reach that level, everyone to realize their potential and then act on it. And so that would probably include free college, but it's a utopian idea.
I don't think that it's a complete idea, because you got to have people who are unsuccessful. You got to have people in the shitty jobs.
But
Not everybody
I don't
can
want to live
have.
in a world where everyone's successful.
Yeah.
Well, there are people in the world that want to work at McDonald's because they don't want to bother learning new things.
Yeah.
You got to have those people. I mean, you got to have people who fucking pick up their garbage.
That's their choice. That the segregation and shitty schooling systems shouldn't make it so that that's their only option.
They shouldn't have to hinder someone who wants to go on and actually do
Right.
something and try when they can.
Is that a thing? Do people get hindered a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, who can't pay for
Are-
college?
Dude,
Oh, that makes
think
sense.
of kids on the south side of Chicago, or they
yeah.
have or even in the South, they just have shitty schooling systems with teachers that don't want to teach, and they want to teach, but then they quickly realize that they can't do anything, so they just fucking give up, and then that just leads to shitty education for all those kids. Think about that.
I guess. I don't know. How would you go about fixing that's like a nationwide thing?
Yeah, but
Well, I mean, education's handled throughout the states. Like, each state has its own system.
This would be like a state thing.
Yeah, it would be a state thing.
but if you were to change it, it could.
Did you know-
Obviously, it's going to be an evolution.
Did you know there's schools in California that are using the Khan Academy model?
What's that? Khan Academy. Is that like
Academy.
the KIP model? Have you ever heard of KIP in the Bronx?
From Knight Rider?
I don't know KIP, but Khan Academy is this website. Here, I'll pull it up. It's a website that basically has like over like just thousands and thousands of videos that are educational, and they teach you everything from like 2 + 2 = 4 to linear algebra, which is more complicated than calculus.
But all of these ideas are expressed through videos. And so if like a child were to go on the internet and look at everything and see like, oh, I have to learn about this for school, so here's an awesome video that provides all of this information, and I can watch it how I want, when I want. Isn't that a better system than having to sit through a fucking class and listen to a teacher just
Yeah, for a
actually
kid, I
already
feel like that's
taking place.
ideal.
There's classrooms they're coined flip-flop classrooms, and basically what happens is
I heard about this.
You're assigned a lecture for homework,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go to school and like do the work.
It's brilliant, isn't it? You do it like in groups. Yeah.
But then like there's like the smarter kid who's always like doing most of the work.
Yeah,
if
but
I was to watch a video, I wouldn't do it.
At the same
But,
time,
I mean, there's still homework too. Like you're still like putting work into your own account by yourself and submitting your own work.
yeah, and with this model, you're allowed to learn at your own pace, right? Like, so say you're sitting through a lecture in school and you're tired, and this teacher's just rambling on about bullshit, and you're like, oh, fuck this, I'm not going to take notes anymore because I just don't want to deal with this right now because I'm worrying about some other shit. And
That's your last chance to learn that subject.
yeah, that's your last chance to learn that information because you're going to be moving on. Well, meanwhile, if you're at home and you're assigned a lecture for homework, you can watch it, and if you start to get bored, maybe like 20, 30 minutes in, you can pause it, fucking go do something else, and then come back to the lecture and continue to take notes. And
That's
learn
putting
at
a
your
lot
own
of
pace.
trust on kids.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like you.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you establish that trust and you establish that like system of education, it's just going to become commonplace, and kids are going to want to learn because they're going to realize that they can actually learn.
And here's the other thing.
At a more
they
effective rate.
actually, like, the teacher's account for the system actually gets all of the information. Like, they know exactly what the kid is doing on Khan Academy at all times. So, like, they know how much they have watched the video, how many times, like, where they paused it. Like, they also know, like, where the kid is struggling, because there's exercises on the website.
Yeah, and
so,
then
like,
if a kid is struggling, then it's up to the teacher to like
help.
bring that up in class and help them. That's why like doing all of the work in class in groups, it helps to keep students like on track, because if they're doing work in groups, then and they can't work with other people to do that work, then you know they're behind, and then the teacher notices that, and then they assign individual time to that student.
So what's the role of the teacher now if the videos are being the lectures?
Well, the teacher, like they
just
create
conduct it.
the lecture, and then they also just help facilitate the learning environment. Like they basically act as like a
They're the ones that are making
proctor
sure
over
kids are
anything.
on track.
Is it like a role reversal then? Like you're not doing homework, you're doing homework in class now, and then the
No.
lecture is at.
Well, yeah, but you'd also be doing homework, I think.
Like you'd be working on the exercises, right? Like
Yeah, you'd be
online.
working on exercises in school or out of school, whatever you want. Man.
Does the teacher still give lectures, or is it strictly? Is it
Yeah,
like
the-
lecture and then you supplement it with the videos?
Yeah, the teacher creates the lecture, and puts that online. And usually there's like a visual aid. Like if it's math homework, like the teacher will show him or herself like writing out the math problem, and the kids can still see everything that's going on, and like I believe that there are like notes, at the same time. So
Wait, does the teacher actually give the lecture and then the kids have it to watch over, or the kids just watch?
The kids just watch the lecture.
Okay.
So
the teacher doesn't. Yeah. So
it would
the teacher
also
does not have to
require.
give the lecture anymore.
It would also require a lot more work on the teacher's end, but that's also why we need good teachers and not
Actually,
people that go into teaching
I
and
think-
realize like.
I think it would require a lot less work on the teacher's end. Because A, they don't have to teach the same thing over and over again because the video will do that for them. B, they're not grading homework because the homework is graded through the computer. So they get to have more time to focus on actually teaching one-on-one the students instead of like going home and grading work and getting fed up with their job and stuff. So it'd be a lot less stressful
Then
environment
they're-
for a teacher.
They're allowed to do what they actually got into teaching for and
Yeah, which
teach
would
the
be
kids.
helping children.
Because if you think about like the standard high school classroom, there's maybe like one or two kids that are genuinely excited to learn, and then everybody else is there just because they have to be.
Do you think the kids will be excited to learn now? I still think
Yeah,
it's going to be
that's
a task.
that's the point of this
Yeah,
entire
I know
system. It's to make kids like you should want to learn. You shouldn't like the problem is that kids are like sitting in school and they're like, I don't want to go, and they like quit, they cut, and like don't do anything. Like with this,
It'll just make it easier.
It's
I
all
don't know
the
if they're
kid.
going to be excited to learn.
I mean, obviously there are still gonna be kids that
Maybe
have the
sometimes.
mentality like, fuck school, it's bullshit, I don't care. And then those kids will fall off and ruin their lives. But this system just makes it so that more kids can like realize their potential.
Alright, I'm a fan of that.
There's also the KIPP school in the Bronx, which makes kids go to school for like 9 or 10 hours a day, and they go like year round. They don't have any summer vacation, or they have like a 2-week summer vacation or something.
What?
That's crazy.
It's so the kids that go to KIPP though are so much fucking smarter
No
than
shit, because
their
their
friends.
life is school.
Well, yeah, but think about it. After school, your life is fucking work.
Yeah, that kind of... Then you miss out on a childhood. I feel like no one's going to reminisce about like 9 hours of schoolwork.
Do you think it's the school or like the kids? It's the kids that go to the school are the kids that are smart.
Yeah,
that
I
smart
would think
The
that.
kids make the decision to go to that school, and they're doing it just because they want to better their own
But
lives.
is this a selective enrollment school? Like, do they have to?
Yeah,
test
it's a
in-
lottery.
Well, I mean,
That's a lottery?
It's a lottery.
Oh, really?
What does that mean?
Which it means that they only allow a certain amount of kids in the area into the school, and every kid in the area wants to go to the school because it's a pretty impoverished area. It's like South Bronx or East, I don't know. It's in the Bronx.
Man, I wish Nas was here.
Yell.
That's Bronx. He'd be like, fuck that school, man.
All right, so should we keep going on this?
I don't know,
Are
how long
we
has this
exhausted?
podcast been?
The topic. How long has it been, Jose?
I can't really tell from here, man. It doesn't.
no man, it's
It's 714 seconds.
It's 5.
Yeah.
So,
Do you mind?
new topic?
Can I just ask one thing? I know that... I don't know if we ever answered this question, but do animals kiss?
How did the
Animals
kiss
don't
come
kiss.
about? Like, how did that?
We were talking about it.
I know.
Gorillas
Animals
might
don't
kiss. Monkeys might kiss each other.
If gorillas kiss, it's because they learned it from human beings.
What if human beings learned it from gorillas?
What about when dogs lick things? Is it just because they want to taste it?
But do dogs lick other dogs?
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
So a
they
dog.
do. I was gonna say butt holes.
A dog will come up and like lick your face, and I have no idea why they do that.
Yeah, like if you.
It's like them showing you love.
I mean, if you put your leg down, like your dog's not gonna like. I guess sometimes dogs might run up and like lick your leg, but I mean, put your face in here, your dog's gonna be there for a second, but once you get like close enough, it'll like start licking your face.
Do puppies lick right away, like right fresh out? Is that like a thing, or do they know that because we'll pet them if they lick us?
I don't like it when dogs lick my face, do you? I just think I'm like, ugh, get that nasty tongue.
It depends if it smells alright.
Dogs' mouths are
I would
cleaner than our
rather
mouths.
Because you
have
take
the
them out
dog
and you walk them, they
lick my
sniff
testicles.
shit, and then they come back, you know,
Yeah.
and they lick your face.
They also lick their own buttholes.
Yes.
Would you lick your butthole if you could?
Definitely.
No.
Without a doubt.
I would not do that.
I would not want to
Ugh.
taste my own shit.
Dude, maybe it would be cleaner.
Yeah, but you're not
Do
tasting
you
your own
suck
shit, you're
on
tasting
your own
other
fingers
shit.
because you can?
Maybe. No.
That's kind of gross.
Small infants
I mean,
do.
it depends, I'm sure. Small infants definitely do. But that's a rooting complex
Oh,
psychology.
I see.
Like babies are born with like certain instinctive things, and one of them is to like suck on like the mother's nipple, because like if they don't know that without learning it, they'll die.
Really?
Well, I mean, like the reason that they have that complex is because if they had to learn it, it would take too long, and they would just starve themselves.
They can also swim, right? Like if you put them in a pool, like they can.
That's my favorite thing when they throw
I'm
babies in.
not sure. I'm not sure. I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's like their Nirvana cover. They kind of sink.
No,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, they don't.
Maybe they were just holding that baby down.
I think we're thinking about dogs.
yeah, probably.
No, I don't think babies can swim. I mean, you have to take like swim classes. I mean, some have like ability
Not
to.
serious.
No, Seer cannot swim.
Yeah, that makes sense then. I don't think babies can swim.
Why is it like a stereotype that black people can't swim?
I've never heard
See
that one
one
before.
swim.
Really?
Yeah.
What's up? What was it?
It's as commonplace as like white people can't dance.
Well, that's kind of Jarret.
White.
Yeah, that's. I defy that stereotype in every way.
I feel like the majority. Is that a thing? Does anyone know the reason why? People say, I know the reason why white people can't dance, but
Maybe because they're from Africa and there's no
water.
it's covered. There's like the.
Oh, can we talk about water? Did I tell you about the water reservoir?
That's the excited anyone's ever been about. Yo, let me talk about water.
Did I tell you about the aquifers under the Sahara Desert?
No.
Oh, dude, there are these aquifers under the Sahara Desert.
Fine aquifers.
Large,
Like
like
Bodies.
under.
underground lakes.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
They're just
What?
large fucking like containers of water under the ground.
When did they find these?
I don't know, just recently.
Wasn't there a movie that had them?
Fucking way.
There's a movie called The Sahara.
There are some
I'm trying
that
to think.
contain up to like 60 times the amount of fresh water that's in the Great Lakes.
It's fucking crazy.
What?
And so if
That's ridiculous.
if they were to just tap those, they could fucking provide water for all of
The
Africa.
rest of like Africa with that shit.
How'd they get
That's
there?
awesome. Oh, Sam.
I don't understand
That's
science.
I think was there another chair?
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
Frank
Frank
took
is sitting
it.
in it.
More about it. Do you have a chair?
I mean, yeah, you have a chair in your room. Sam entered, and now he's leaving.
Now I'm leaving.
chair.
With a chair.
All right, but what I'm saying is, someone has to go get that water. Now it can either be the Africans who don't even know that it's there, or it can be Americans who, you know, drill for
Exploit it.
extract it, and then sell it to other Americans.
Okay. the whole
No, we get someone else to extract
Yeah.
it though. We wouldn't extract it ourselves.
Chinese.
Wait, do you want to get the Africans to do it? I feel like we're just reinventing slavery. Right now. Like we're reinstalling slavery in every society.
The like slogan would be like stealing water from Africa.
Could you imagine getting a water bottle be like freshly bottled in
Africa.
South Africa?
It's like Fiji water.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I thought Fiji was a paradise. Is it not?
I don't know. I've never
I
been
have
to
no
Fiji.
idea.
It's supposed
So
to
yeah,
be.
but hold on.
The,
What
the
happens?
bottle looks really pretty.
Yeah, so that's the only conception I have about Fiji. Someone told me the place is a shithole. Like it's third world.
It
Terrible.
probably is. I don't know. You want me to look
Why
it
am
up
I
for
trusting? Yeah, go for it. Why am I trusting them with my
They
water?
really bottle Fiji water in like the Rockies. You know?
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Do they get the water from?
I have no idea. I've heard they just bought. They don't
How do you
bottle
ship
it.
water? How's that a thing?
Well, they have these things called water bottles.
No,
Just put around these.
And
I just imagine they have like a giant tub and they just bring it
large
to America.
containers.
Well, no, if they bottle it in Colorado, then how are they getting that? Just
Now they take it in, they're shipping the bottles over. What is
Yeah,
their
he's
bottles?
just-
Before that point, they have like
He's
you know how
getting the
they're.
water from Colorado.
oh,
Not from
Yeah.
Fiji.
that's a.
I don't even know if that's real or not. I just heard. Don't quote me on that. I'll get in trouble.
So Sam, what's your opinion on penises in movies?
Penises in movies.
And full penetration.
I'm all for full penetration.
In movies?
Always. Oh, always.
Like you just threw it and like.
But see, a penis
Air
just
butt
for
or
a
something?
penis' sake? No.
That's what I was saying.
I need to learn something from the penis. The penis needs to be teaching me something about the character.
Like what?
Like that, he's got a big
Like
dick.
that.
Like he's not uncircumcised. He's
That
not
could-
about hygiene.
Teach me something about his heritage.
That could directly correlate to his confidence and self-esteem.
I told you.
Like if you show the character on screen,
Well, like if Woody Allen whipped out his tiny tunic, it's just like this makes so much sense.
I'm surprised he hasn't yet.
I know.
That's
Actually, Fiji is one of the more developed
it is?
economic Pacific islands, but I mean,
Wikipedia.
I don't think that's saying much.
And someone was talking out of their ass when they were telling me that.
Trying to make you feel bad for drinking good water.
I was into it. Is it smart water? What's the deal with smart water?
I don't know. It's got
Smart
electrolytes.
water is
That makes you
purified through like
Clouds?
yeah. I mean, they boil the water and then get it from like steam.
I know it's just super pretentious title.
Smart water.
This is just the clouds.
Yeah.
We-
It's like a
Oh,
super
yeah.
douchey haiku on the back of there.
Purity you can taste. Hydration you can feel.
Oh god.
You know-
what water
I
doesn't
can-
hydrate
I
you?
can
That's all
feel
water.
hydration. I'm always feeling hydration. Not being thirsty is me feeling hydration.
you know, so what if like other countries were to just come in and steal Africa's water?
Okay, yeah. Let's get to that.
I was gonna say, is that like oil? Like what's going on in the Middle East?
I mean,
Is it oil?
eventually
But-
there's going to be a point where we run out of fresh water.
Yeah. Isn't that imminent?
There was
Like very imminent.
there was some movie
No,
where
it's
like
not.
the entire like plot of the movie was like
millions of years.
Oh,
No,
well,
I heard by like 2040 or something.
dude, like
that.
think about like the southwestern United States. There's this lake in Nevada, I believe, where Vegas gets a large
Oh,
majority
that's
of
water.
its water, and
Yeah.
it's fucking running dry.
Yeah,
So
but
like
I mean,
they're gonna start running out of water, and we're gonna need
Okay.
to supply water to them, like other nations as well as Africa. And since Africa's already gone so long,
I think we should.
That's the worst way to justify that.
I think we should all just move on top of those water.
yeah, then we'll just fall
what are they
through.
called?
aquifers.
Aquifers, yes.
Into the Sahara.
There should just be.
Let's just all move to Africa.
Yeah, let's all move to Africa on top of those things.
But then we would all run out. There's only
Alright,
so much
well, then
down
after you
there.
run out, you can
Actually,
do something else.
Mars.
Libya, like they made a river or like they tapped into one of the water supplies, and they've been using that, but that's actually going to run out within like the next 80 to 90 years
Yeah. Where's it all going?
to the people of Libya.
Yeah, I know, but like after it passes through their systems and they
Big
piss it
ocean,
out.
and then it's salty.
Oh, I don't know.
No, the like
You
it
know,
goes and then it goes.
I mean, like
there's actually a way to like get the salt out of salt water.
I was just about to ask that.
And
What's the
make
deal with
it,
salt
like,
water?
yeah, like if we ever run out of
Yeah,
fresh
but that
water,
is-
it's a process.
It's
That's
what's
so
up?
expensive, though.
It's very
They
expensive.
need to
but
make all of the facilities that would do that, and doing that worldwide is pretty much.
I mean, it'll eventually
Yeah.
happen, or we'll
Dude,
There
die.
are-
have you seen this video? It's some guy tried to assassinate some Bulgarian like politician and shit. Just check it out.
All right.
So he's
Wait,
standing.
does he shoot at him?
He's standing
Like,
there.
he runs up to him,
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Dude, he's like Batman.
and then all the fucking security guys come in.
He just ran right up to him, put the gun by his head, and
What do you-
it didn't work.
What do you think that guy was thinking when the bullet didn't go off? He was
It
just
had
like, fuck!
it had the safety on in the beginning.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
He just ran right up to him and oh my. How did that guy get in there?
And the security guard fucking failed. Like they didn't even.
Oh, that, yeah.
Holy
Yeah, how did he get in there with a
I
gun?
don't know. That's like Batman though.
When did that happen in Batman?
When he goes to shoot him in the
When
court.
Harvey
Yeah.
Dent
With the gun?
was, like prosecuting that guy.
Then they just start beating the shit. They all just start beating the shit out of him.
Harvey Dent's prosecuting that guy, and he pulls it out, and like Harvey pulls it apart and says, "If you want to kill me, buy American or something like that."
I need to watch that movie again.
Does that just say YOLO?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Wow, they're just kidding.
Who are they? Is this the Secret Service that's just fucking curb stomping them? Oh my god.
Holy shit! Before he tells them to shoot through the windows of the buildings and like the campus.
Oh, really? There's all these right there?
Look, I like this old dude. This old dude's like, let me get my licks in.
They're just beating the hell out of this guy.
Imagine how embarrassed that guy must be if he's a professional assassin.
If he's still alive.
Are there still professional assassins?
Yeah, there has to be.
Oh yeah.
You just don't
This
know.
day and
That doesn't
age.
just go away.
You just don't know.
Rafa's here now. Should
I
we
get a
What?
Arizona.
Rafa's here now. We're recording a podcast.
What's your name?
You're in it.
Rafa.
Rafa, you're in the podcast. I don't say it's not my
Okay.
podcast.
Frank and Friends, right? Oh no,
The
Google
Giggle
Box.
box.
The Giggle
I
box.
thought that was already taken.
The Google box.
We should get
There's some
Arizona
sort of
to
Google. I'll have
sponsor
to
us.
research into it more.
If anything,
Should we
we'll just
cover our
change
tracks so
them.
they don't sue us?
Frank and Friends, sponsored by Arizona Green Tea.
Yeah, maybe we'll get some free Arizona green tea. Yo, this shit is so.
Oh my god,
Arizona, Arizona, if you're listening to this, we would love you to sponsor us. We're all drinking.
We're all enjoying it, and it's so smooth.
It's so delicious.
It's 100% natural.
It's refreshing.
Hey guys, this is the craziest drink. It's got no preservatives, no artificial flavor.
Scott, tell me more.
No, stop right there. And no artificial flavor. What? This green tea with... It's not just green tea either. It's got ginseng and honey.
The ginseng?
Is it 100% natural though?
Yeah, man. 100%.
Man, hook me up with one of those.
Here you go, man.
Crack. Sip. Yeah. Arizona.
We should
Drink it.
also try to get in on the fleshlight.
Yes.
Not a fan of that.
To be honest, I would like to see what a fleshlight was like.
How many fleshlights could you get though?
You
Like,
probably
they're just
get...
gonna keep giving us fleshlights, and we're just gonna eventually have to divvy them out to
We
people.
just give them out to people.
Hand them out on the streets.
Well, I mean, like, sometimes you're in the mood for an asshole, and sometimes you're in the mood for a vagina.
Sometimes I want rubber lips.
Oh, here, I have a topic of conversation.
Do you?
Did you guys see the there's like postings on the internet for anybody interested in colonizing Mars?
Oh, I've heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I didn't
they're
see
planning on colonizing Mars, so they're gonna like send like resources there in 2016, and then by 2022 they want to send 8 people there, and it's a one-way trip.
I feel like we'd be too old for
Oh,
that.
Wait.
I did hear about
But
that. Yeah,
how-
they're, like,
hold
old,
up.
Old
How-
astronauts are really interested in doing it.
How would they even like compile? They would need all of the water and shit, like all of the necessary.
Yeah, I mean resources would be shipped there every 2 years.
Oh, okay. So it would be like the movie Moon.
So they're just.
But
Yeah.
just
Right.
imagine
Well,
there's
that's
like a
fine. I really
disaster
love
and they
that
can't
movie.
ship
It's a
shit.
great movie.
Wait,
and
so
then you're
is
out of
it...
water.
Are they not gonna, like try to, like naturalize the planet? Or
Well,
they
they would
just...
start. Like, they need
That's
8
called
people to start.
terraforming,
Yeah.
and I mean they could.
That's still fun.
The Neil deGrasse Tyson's whole like thought of that is like if you're making your planet so shitty that you can't live on it anymore, and then you have the power to go to Mars and terraform it, why don't you just terraform your own planet?
Yeah, because
Right.
obviously,
Exactly.
obviously Mars has the potential to harbor life because there was water on there
Yeah.
at one
Oh
point.
no, dude. There wasn't just water. There was like riverbeds, like meandering, like lakes and shit. Like if you look at the
I've seen
geography of Mars, it's crazy. It looked exactly. I'm assuming it looked exactly like Earth at some point.
Could.
So what happened?
Yeah. It was,
Well, that's what they're trying to find out, man.
And the only way we can find that out is to go to Mars.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Kill all their
If we get to Mars, then we were smarter than Martians. Think about that.
Well, maybe we're not
Unless
smart.
Martians came
No,
here.
because they.
Like, unless we are Martians.
Unless we came from Mars.
Yeah, we're just
There-
going. We're
Go
going
on
back
shrooms
home.
right now, just be like.
It's a lot more scientific. The theory is that whatever microbial life existed on Mars was struck by an asteroid.
Yeah,
I've
The
heard
asteroid
that.
was carried over and seeded planet Earth with that.
This is
microbial
like
life.
that Ridley Scott
Sex.
movie. What is it?
But-
Prometheus.
Yeah, Prometheus.
Prometheus.
I mean,
God, I hated that movie.
obviously,
I liked it.
all
I really liked
water comes from
It was the biggest spoiler in the world.
asteroids.
Not spoiler, it was the biggest prequel in the world.
Yeah,
It
but
didn't
then
solve anything in that movie. It just set you up for the second one.
Oh,
Yeah, I hate when you go see movies and like the very end you're like, what the fuck? And they don't end up ending it and shit. It's,
Yeah.
so
It's like The Hobbit. It was just like a setup for the next movies, you know. It's not.
Which
like,
I don't even know how they're going to extend that.
no,
into
dude, they were like more
It's
than
like
halfway
it's
through.
like
Like,
the-
come on.
Every single superhero movie that's been coming out, I feel like, has just been set up to like the Avengers.
Wait,
like,
but
this
They're making a
Thor-
Justice League now. They're gonna do
Really
that
need
shit.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
Let's go. Let's
makes
go to the
it
Hobbit for a
each
second. What did you say? You don't understand how they're going to expand it that far?
Yeah.
We'll see. The
Like-
the first part of the movie, literally, it
Was
probably could have
only
been
a third
half
of
of
the
it
book.
because all the scenes where you saw Gandalf doing stuff, they weren't in the book. That's from the appendix of the Return of the King. All of exactly what Gandalf did. Like when you read the book, you had no idea, but now they expanded it so you knew that. Like now it's like, oh, this like dark like wizard. That's basically Lord Sauron, dude. Like who else would it be?
Alright, I'm gonna tap out. I'm tired of shit. I'm gonna take a nap.
All right.
Man.
It's been real. I enjoyed the podcast.
Mike and Scott are out.
Thank you so much.
All right. If you guys want to film that sketch later, just
All right.
Yeah.
let me know.
I got some work to do.
Tell me when this is all polished up. I'd love to listen to it. Oh shit. Chair.
Yeah. Whenever you guys are done, just come.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
See ya, thanks.
I'm gonna have to move over. Should we continue?
Did you read that the
How long have we
thing
been
they want
going?
to make it into a reality
I was
show?
gonna say it's like.
Oh, yeah, that's how.
No.
No,
40
that's,
40 minutes.
Oh,
That's
That's
the-
how they're funding.
Yeah,
it.
We
that's
might-
how
we
they
can probably
get
splice
funding
it together.
for
It's
That's
40
the
minutes
only
right
way
now?
they can get
Yeah.
funding for it.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
People-
kind of sad.
So after
I
seeing
think it's
Argo,
sad, but I think it's smart.
Do you think
It
it's
is
gonna-
a smart idea,
it's gonna
but
win?
That just kind of makes me depressed.
But I mean,
The
people
only,
are
way,
watching.
the only way to pay for us to go to Mars is to make a reality TV show.
Real life
Basically,
Mars.
I think like privately funding the space exploration to Mars would be awesome. You can make a TV show.
I don't think so. I think that they're just fucking NASA over all the time.
There's no research done on it. It's not. Like when you pitch something to someone, you show research. Like people did something similar before, but
That's
a mission
why-
to
That's-
Mars.
that's why the Mars
Economics
rover
is all
is
about
there.
risk, man.
But the idea of that
Business
carries
is all
enough
about
weight.
risk. Like, honestly though, because if it succeeds, that whoever funded that shit is gonna be rich.
Yeah.
Well, they are already rich people are already funding it. Like, who are the ones that are going to be able to do that in the first place? If it's privately funded, then that means that obviously it's coming from people who either have money or a large interest.
Yeah, they have money, which means they're gonna get a large return on that.
Well, yeah, I know, but it all depends on what they're going to do with their money because it is, it's theirs or not. It's like, I mean, it's
Right,
like
but
first of all, I mean,
what
it
does
is
it
putting
matter?
people out of work.
I mean,
to be real, like I feel like if there was a
people
way.
out of work.
No, I'm saying that like privately funded like space or whatever shit like that is just it's fucking NASA over in the long run. Like
Is it privately funded?
It's actually not fucking NASA over too much, because NASA is just now just one of many space programs there, and like astronomers and all the scientists that work at NASA, like if NASA ever collapses, which I don't think it ever will, but like if it ever does, like they can just go and work at SpaceX.
well, yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying in terms of now, like it's good that there are privately funded,
Yeah.
other interests, but right now, like the economic turmoil that we're in, it's not all that great currently because these are long-term projects. So
Did you hear NASA is the government program that returns the most money for the amount of money they put in?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
NASA is very lucrative, and people just don't understand why.
Wow.
There's so many innovations that NASA has
Come
given
from
us that like GPS. Think about it.
Simple
Like,
as that.
There'd be so many assholes just like driving around for hours and hours, like unable to.
I heard a really amazing thing. Like a cheap Timex watch has more computing power than they took to the moon the first time.
Yeah.
That I was just like, oh.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now we have iPhones in our pockets. Take me to the moon.
You can actually, technically, like, you can just get some rocket fuel and.
Do you think the moon landing's a hoax?
No,
The first one?
Absolutely
No.
not.
No, not at all.
No.
They're
I think
just
that's
trying to
the
like
big- I think that's the biggest
stir up
one of the show
controversy.
You think
I do.
Dude, why?
I think they've been there now, but like at the time we weren't ready to go, but we had to beat the Soviets,
Yeah.
Russia. So we made the hoax and then went later
I mean, they've already.
Yeah, but what's the point in that?
to beat Russia in the Cold War.
That was the whole point of the space war, dude.
But
Just
fucking Russia wasn't ready to go to the moon either. They launched.
They were ahead of us.
They
Yeah,
launched
they'd already
Sputnik.
sent someone to the moon.
I
so
mean, they
that's why
beat us. They beat us in everything, basically. So we had to go to the moon to be like, yeah, we have the biggest dick here, you know. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all the Cold War was just a big dick contest.
It wasn't.
Fucking
That's-
Reagan.
That's why penises are important in movies.
but I mean, that was the good thing that came out of that war, you know, was that it pushed for innovation.
It launched innovation.
Yeah.
I don't
And we
think there
won't
was-
get that again until there's another situation like that.
It was personally. This is just me because I feel like it was not something that particularly needed to happen. I mean, I feel like a lot of it was our fault. If you look at it, the decision to go with instead of FDR had a vice president. I forget his name, Henry something or other, but it was shit. I forget his name. Yeah, Henry. No, but he had a decision to either go with him, but he couldn't like publicly back him because a lot of people were against his policies. He was very liberal, and then it turned out that the day that they were gonna it was whoever was gonna be vice president is gonna fucking win because let's face it, like they didn't have anyone like against him that were gonna be able to mass like a front. So at the very last minute, they put all their backing behind Truman. All the like conservative factions of the Democratic Party put all their backing around Truman. And I mean, personally, this is just me. If that hadn't happened, our entire outlook as a country would be completely different. Because he was completely against any like atomic usage or anything like that.
Henry Kissinger?
No, Henry Kissinger is someone else. I forget his last name, but he was vice president, then he was Secretary of State for Truman, because Truman didn't really have that much political experience, or any, for that matter. So he pretty much was like, they were pretty much doing all of like these nuclear tests, and then he was pretty much like the
Facilitator?
No, he was pretty much like the Bush of that era. I mean, I'm only learning this through like this documentary series I'm watching, and it's been like very informative in terms of
What series?
It's Oliver Stone's Untold History of the Americas.
Oliver Stone is the shit.
Dude, he is. Dude, you should. Okay, that was weird. You should see it. But no, I just feel like it was just needless. Like honestly, it
What was
could
different?
the Cold War.
I think it was too, but it also sparked a lot of innovation. So
It kind of just pushed America to number one, pretty much.
We were already.
But
I mean,
now-
we were already pretty much there. It was just we had to like prove it to ourselves that we were already
Honestly,
number.
I think the Cold War was necessary only because now that it's over, we have completely established we are at a very fine agreement about how we should use nuclear weapons.
But we shouldn't have even used the first nuclear weapon in the first place. Like those were innocent.
it won the war.
It did not win the war. That's not true. They were. The thing we were going to do.
Talking about Hiroshima?
Yeah, the thing is that we were going to do that was actually working is we were just we had taken over all of their oil supply. We blocked up all their oil supplies, and then Russia was going to send in troops into Japan a few weeks, first through Manchuria, which would have fucking like.
Why would we drop the bomb in the first place?
No, exactly.
bomb was
That's
just
what. No,
on
no,
But
that's
the
not
thing
true.
is,
That's
America
not true.
warned Japan
No,
No,
Don't stop.
I'm sorry.
I'll bomb on you.
The Russians had Germany under control.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
That
'cause
bomb saved so many
Yeah.
lives.
it did not.
Yes, it
No,
did.
it did.
Think about
you
this.
were wrong. I'm
There
sorry.
would still
Political
be
science major.
there
please.
would still be fucking Americans and then Soviets fighting against the Japanese for the better part of maybe like 5 more years.
That's not true. Can you just hear me out here, please?
Okay, yeah.
Because I just this is
Sure you can think
my
of
dick's
that.
getting hard just thinking. So all I'm saying.
Wait,
Yeah.
speaking of dicks, what's your opinion on Dixon movies?
Well, I mean, if you look at the way Quentin Tarantino, no, I mean, like, because they fucked them up the same day they dropped the bomb. They fucked them up in Manchuria, which was their like biggest holding in like right above China, and they were just gonna send troops from Russia into Japan and completely fuck them up. Like first day, fuck them up, and then like the U.S. because they don't have any oil, don't have any reserves in Japan, so they're pretty much gonna run them dry. And if
That's why Japan attacked in the first place.
can you just
Okay.
so then okay, where was it going? Okay, there we go. So then we were gonna agree to they were gonna agree to surrender. We were already making plans for a surrender, and then we were like, no, man, we're gonna fucking like, because their emperor is pretty much like their deity, like he was a god, and then we were like, you got to kill your emperor too, and they were like that stalled negotiations, because it's like, if you're gonna kill fucking Jesus, like, or their version of the Asian Jesus or some shit, they're gonna be pissed. So like they just pretty much got impatient. Like we could have ended the war months beforehand, but then all these interest groups, all these different backings for dropping the bomb, because we were already making it. It was already pretty fucking made. They were pissed. They're like, well, now we have this. Can we just use it? And then they're like, fine, shit, we'll use it. So,
But I mean, it's something that needed to happen. Like, if it didn't happen at that point in time, it was going to happen at some point in the future. Like, somebody was going to use
It's
it.
gonna get dropped eventually.
Yeah, it was a
Not
lesson
on-
that
not
the
on
world.
Japan,
It was a
but-
lesson that the world had to learn, and unfortunately, it happened for Japan, and a shitload of people died that shouldn't
I mean,
have died. But
okay, can you just imagine this? What would happen? Let's just think of yourself as a Japanese guy walking down the street one day. You're being Japanese. yeah. Then these motherfuckers destroy.
Change your outlook on life.
Like mushrooms.
Like, I just feel like that was just unnecessary, because we didn't have any interest in those areas. Okay, strategically, like in a military strategy, you're not going to just go out and attack 2 places that they're basically meaningless. Like, there's no reason to attack.
Right. There was
innocent people.
only civilians.
I mean, I don't agree that it was the right thing to do, but I do agree that it was a necessary stage that the world had to take at some point.
All right. Listen to this.
No.
Watch
I'm
this
dipping out,
Oliver
guys.
Stone series,
Alright,
and then talk to me. All right.
Alright.
Sure.
All right.
Sam is checking out.
All right.
All right, dude.
I think we should cut it at this point. I think we.
I want to talk more about this nuclear debate, though.
Okay. I'll stay a seat.
pretty soon.
Because
You take it. Don't worry about it. I'll get it later.
think of the Cold War in terms of like a big dick contest.
Yeah.
But just because the U.S. and Russia were both trying to make as many nukes as possible. But
Yes.
if the nuke had never been dropped on Japan and people never realized the power of that weapon, the fucking U.S. and Russia would have just started launching nukes back and forth at each other. If you think about
I
it,
don't think it's that cut and dry. Like, honestly,
it's not that cut and dry, but
We might not have even got to the Cold War.
We had to see at some point the power of the bomb, and we were just developing that. We had to show it to the world. It was kind of like us again. It was a dick contest. It was just us showing off, but it was a necessary stage. And then people saw the power of it. People were intimidated. People realized that this could fucking destroy the world. And with that came more responsibility over this thing. The bomb.
But I mean, honestly, nobody, like, in general, nobody really and truly would have wanted to fuck with us anyway. We were the United States of fucking America. Like, honestly, like, we are actually, Russia is the reason. I'm going to get to that later. But Russia is technically the reason they won the war by themselves. That's a different story. But, I mean, honestly, like, we were having so many different innovations all over the place. Our influence is pretty much unparalleled by any nation that's ever existed in history. So, I mean, if
I wouldn't say in history.
okay, but just think about it today. Like, like, our influence through media completely changes the way people act all over the world, which could be good, could be bad in some cases, but that's what people like look to, like not all, everywhere, but like the way we like, whether it be movies or any other news or media outlet, it's our influence. It's the American idea that's being spread. Like,
Yeah, but do you think people would look to us as like the highest nation if we had lost World War II?
we didn't win World War II. It wasn't our. It wasn't. I mean,
We technically won.
no, I know, but I'm saying we weren't like. Russia was the one that pretty much defeated
Yeah.
Germany.
Yeah.
They did it pretty much on their
Yeah,
own. They
I know.
fought. That was them. But yeah, I mean, we did come out on top. But what I'm saying is, we didn't need to prove anything to anybody. It was like we had already won. We went into World War I. We won that war. I mean, honestly, like we had taken over. Let's see, we had holdings in the Philippines, holdings in Cuba. We were already amassing an empire at that point. So like, I just don't understand why anyone would want to fuck with us. Like, that just doesn't make sense. I mean, now it obviously does, because the Cold War like had like massive implications on like the whole like Afghanistan situation. So like, there's been a lot of blowback from that.
Just imagine being young Robert Oppenheimer, contracted by the U.S. government to
Build a
oversee the Manhattan Project.
Dude, do you know when they dropped the bomb? He quoted this thing called the Bhagavad Gita. I think it's an old thing. It's like, I am God. It starts off with, I am God, destroyer of worlds. It's like really fucking creepy. Because he was like,
he was insane.
Yeah, no, he was ashamed that he created this fucking thing that could lead to the end of the world. You know, basically when he saw it being dropped.
Yeah, I mean, put yourself in that position. Like, he made this thing
I
that
would
just
love,
took millions.
Dude. He was a genius, though.
But yeah,
He was absolutely brilliant.
Oppenheimer.
Robert Oppenheimer.
he led the Manhattan Project. You know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Wait, Manhattan Project was in Chicago, right?
No, it was
Yeah.
New Mexico.
Yeah, New Mexico.
They built the atomic bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
People
I thought-
from the University of Chicago were
Yeah, we're
helping out.
I thought like they built it under like the bleachers of like some high school in Chicago.
That was like the first nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But
So do you think we'll be alive for the next bomb dropping?
No, because if someone launches a nuke at this point,
it'll just cause it'll be World War III, end of the world, basically.
Right, but
Yeah, it's just
I mean, there's already like, if you think
no
about
one's
it,
that
it's like,
dumb. No one's that suicidal.
Not even Iran is that dumb.
Yeah.
what about North Korea?
They're that dumb.
North Korea is the only one to truly be like on the lookout for, I think.
I don't think
At this
so.
point.
I don't think so.
I mean, they're kind of
Did you look
radical.
at their fucking leader? What is his fucking
Kim Jong-un?
Kim Jong-un, like
yeah.
seriously, like that guy, like I just honestly, I see his face, I cannot take him seriously. He's taking my order at McDonald's right now, like that's what he looks like.
I just think they're unpredictable. Like, you know,
Well, yeah, but
And they're fucking crazy.
yeah,
and
they don't
aggressive.
give a fuck, dude. They're gonna do what they want to
well,
fucking
listen,
do.
like they're probably having the same conversation about us that we're crazy and aggressive.
Dude, like their conversations about us are just like
Probably
Americans are literally just evil.
I think
That and the
Well, I
fucking
mean, they do
Al
have
Qaeda.
there is some basis to that. I mean, honestly, like we get into a lot of foreign conflicts that, you know, I mean, some of them may be valid, but really and truly, that whole result was a big dick contest. So we went in to fucking help the South Korea, fucking, because we were afraid that if Korea got taken over, it'd be like, you know, China and Korea, like that. So like that's the result of, you know, decisions that we've made, and whether it's good or bad, it's, you know, at this point it doesn't look like it had a great result.
You want to talk about Argo?
yeah, we were talking about that.
We're approaching 30 minutes, by the way. I'm just letting you know. It's the length of the podcast.
30 minutes.
I think it's
we've been talking for way.
It's been long. I mean,
longer than
I'm just gonna
We're at
edit it down
40
either way.
minutes.
I'll edit it down, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean,
'Cause,
podcasts
I mean,
could be up to 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
I don't
If this
think
is
ours
counting
should
the
be.
seconds, I just do it.
Yeah, it's Jarret. It's okay then.
I'll see how
I
long.
thought
it
we
is.
were 40 minutes a little while ago.
Yeah, we're pretty far in.
Whatever. Let's just keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah,
I-
if anything, we can always splice it and edit it and put whatever.
Do you
we
want to go
post.
to 6? It's 5:30.
Sure. I want to talk about Argo.
Yeah, let's talk about the Academy
Oscars.
Awards. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I mean, usually at the Golden Globes, the winner of Best Picture and Best Director, it usually correlates with the Oscar picks.
I think it used to. I don't think not necessarily anymore.
Last year it did.
I mean,
Last
it
year
gives a good
It's like a predictor.
prediction.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily gonna be that way.
And honestly, I've seen Argo, I've seen Lincoln, and I've seen
Django.
what's the other movie that's even in consideration right now?
Zero Dark 30.
Zero Dark
Yeah.
30 I haven't seen, but I heard that was shitty.
Yeah.
Argo is by far the best picture of this year, and I think it was brilliantly directed by Ben Affleck. And he didn't even receive receive a nomination.
Robbed.
I mean, he got a Golden Globe. I
But
mean,
that's like
fucking-
that's like finishing first place and being like disqualified because you had a false start or some shit. Like honestly, like that's just like
But I mean, if he wins Best Picture,
But if he went, then he's still not getting the
recognition,
Oscar.
yeah.
Like if the producers get the Oscars for Best Picture, not the director.
but I mean, it would be his movie.
Well,
I mean, he has the accomplishment on his belt. You know, it was the movie he directed. It's his movie that won the thing. He created it. It's his stuff. You know.
I thought the acting was really good.
yeah,
Also.
he cast it pretty well.
Yeah.
Alan Arkin is.
Oh,
big.
dude, that guy-
Have you guys seen the trailer for that new movie with Alan Arkin, Christopher Walken, and Al Pacino?
Oh yeah.
Stand-up guys.
Yeah, they're all like old ass guys. And he's supposed to kill him at the end of the night.
It looks so
Dude.
good. That's one of the only movies I'm looking forward to.
That movie-
2013.
I want to see Great Gatsby just to see if they fuck it up.
Oh, dude, The Great Gatsby.
Yeah,
too.
it's gonna be a good movie.
In my opinion, Leonardo DiCaprio is the shit.
He's an amazing actor, dude. His career has been nothing but pretty much success.
Well, I mean, like at the beginning of his career, like before, like
I mean, he's had some of the greatest movies of all time, like even with Titanic.
I mean, okay. If you look at the whole 2000 to 2010, like almost every movie he's been in during that span, I liked.
You know that Django was the first movie in like 17 years or something that he wasn't top billed.
Wow.
That's
But
impressive.
that was a smart pick by him, though.
Like
lead
they
actor.
give him the most money.
Yeah, it was it showed. I mean, like, I'm glad that he picked that role because it did show some versatility.
That was it showed that he could
He could
play
play a bad guy. He
a
could
bad
play
guy.
like a sinister character, which is
Do you think Daniel Day-Lewis is gonna win
hands down.
best
no.
best actor?
I just feel like
Yes.
there's not enough like the other movies. Like there's not enough like recognition.
Right.
I mean, like there's sessions.
And
I don't even look at them.
Honestly, Daniel Day-Lewis, I would say, is the best actor of our time.
Yeah, he's the most underrated as well, because
Of like this generation.
yeah, because he's picked movies that he knows. Like he really looks into the movies, and he's not in very many, but when he is in them,
Yeah, he comes along every like 3 or 4 years, fucking drops a bomb on
and then we're
everyone.
like, oh shit, and then we're like recovering from it, and it's like boom, another one.
I just recently watched There Will Be Blood, and that is hands down the greatest acting performance I have ever seen in my life. And I've seen like 600-700 movies.
Because the thing is like he could have done what De Niro's done. Where De Niro, he was like the top
yeah.
fucking actor. Now he's been in so many movies that have been like, why are you
Well,
doing this, man?
what De Niro did is around like 2000, he just started acting in movies where he could be like, he could basically. It's like I'm trying to think of the word, but like a satirical version of his
himself.
older
Yeah, of himself. He
roles.
started playing
Yeah.
himself, but it
Because-
wasn't good. It's not
Yeah,
good.
it's not good. You know how like all of his movies back in the day were him like being a badass or like a
Yeah.
top like mob or
Yeah, like there's
criminal
like,
or
Taxi
something.
Driver, that's-
Yeah.
yeah.
and now he's trying to do that just the
Yeah,
opposite.
He's trying to go to the opposite.
And
It's
it's shitty. Robert De Niro just needs to stop acting. Although I heard he was really good in Silver Linings
I
Playbook.
heard the movie overall wasn't that good though.
I mean, it was nominated for
Yeah.
a
It
couple of
it
awards.
was, but I feel because I know someone who saw it. They said that Bradley Cooper wasn't very good in it. They said
Dude, all of the reviews that I've read have been very positive.
What about for supporting actor?
that Leonardo DiCaprio
Christoph.
should have been.
I think Christoph's gonna win it though. I mean, I would like him to win it, but most of the like websites I've seen have put him at the bottom of the list.
Yeah. What? Who are they predicting?
Oh,
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones was the top one.
Tommy Lee
He
Jones.
was like entertaining, but he wasn't like there was nothing. Like,
Yeah. Like
I mean, to
he
be honest,
didn't even play that big of a role in Lincoln.
Christopher Waltz. I liked him a lot better in Inglourious Bastards because I think his role in that movie just wasn't much. It was
Dude, he was scary.
it was more complicated.
He was so scary.
And the role of the villain it just worked perfectly for him. I think he was just like creepy. But for this movie, I don't know.
Dude, they should. If Leonardo DiCaprio was nominated for this one, hands down, he should have won.
I think I liked his role better in Django.
Didn't Christoph win the Golden Globe?
He did. He won Best Supporting. That bumped him up a little bit, but
Dude, he should definitely win the Oscar then because
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones does not deserve the Oscar. Everyone is saying Tommy Lee Jones.
De Niro's not
deserve
gonna win.
it.
Yeah, De Niro's not gonna win
Christoph
either.
had a
he
better
in?
performance.
Huh?
Tommy Lee Jones.
Lincoln.
For Lincoln, yeah.
Huh?
What's Christoph in?
Django, yeah.
So what do you think about best leading actress?
Let's see.
I don't even have an opinion on that. I haven't really.
Yeah,
seen the
I haven't
movies.
seen many of these movies.
Yeah, I mean
Jennifer Lawrence from Silver Lining Playbook, whatever that. I haven't seen
there
that
haven't
movie.
been that many like strong
Female leads.
Yeah. Anne Hathaway's definitely gonna win
For Les Mis, whatever. Les Miserables.
Les Mis.
Les Mis. She was pretty.
Did you
good.
like her in Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah.
I mean-
character choice.
I don't think The Dark Knight Rises was that great of a movie, honest. Like it was part of the
Wait.
trilogy.
That
Dark
was
Knight
Anne
Rises.
Hathaway, not Natalie Portman.
Isn't that
Yeah.
when we say Anne Hathaway?
No, Natalie Portman.
Oh, I thought I heard Anne Hathaway.
We were talking about Anne Hathaway.
We're all talking about
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway, but I think Natalie Portman got thrown in because
Because Natalie Portman is the star of Les Mis, or the best
No.
or the supporting actress.
Wait,
No.
wasn't Natalie
Yeah,
Portman
Anne
at one
Hathaway
point
is-
Catwoman?
What do you think is gonna win Best Screenplay?
That might-
It's
Uh,
Django,
West-
Flight, Moonrise Kingdom, and Zero
Moonrise.
Dark 30.
Moonrise.
I think Moonrise Kingdom
I hope so.
deserves to win.
Yeah, but I think Django.
Django
Django's,
will win because he's like
Tarantino. I mean, Tarantino just has to win one of these awards, and I think Best Screenplay is gonna go to him just
I mean,
because he won the Golden Globe for it. So
Oh,
anyone
no, she wasn't. Never mind.
the Oscar for Pulp Fiction too. He's a brilliant writer. He deserves to
yeah.
win.
it's crazy but brilliant.
Pulp Fiction didn't win Best Picture.
Oh no,
it
Titanic.
won Best
Or screenplay.
Screenplay.
Oh, okay.
And then for cinematography, I think Life of
I
Pi.
don't-
Life of Pi or Skyfall might take it because the cinematography in Skyfall was
Yeah, but have you seen Life of Pi?
yeah.
Dude,
Have you seen
It's
Skyfall?
beautiful.
no.
I mean, Life
gotta
of Pi
do-
has
yeah.
like the exotic like feel. It's like
But
this is
Skyfall
cool,
is
but
pretty
Skyfall is beautiful. And
Yeah,
it's
but
not
I think
every
Life
day,
of Pi
but
just has more of an
realistic.
edge on it. I think Life of Pi is gonna take
Well,
it. To be
because
honest.
they
It's in
found
the
it was
ocean.
like the most like I feel like part of the thing that fucked Skyfall up was that it had like the most errors of any movie.
What do you mean?
Like they found the most like issues with it. Like there were errors after the movie had been released. They had found like okay like he grabs like in terms of the way it was actually filmed, he grabs like a bottle and it was supposed to be like full and then it's like down to here or like
So there's problems with the continuity.
yeah.
But I don't think that really affects
I know
the
that-
cinematography.
No, I know. I'm just saying in general. Like I feel like people were like a little bit.
Walter Murch, he's like one of the greatest editors of all time.
Yeah.
The way that he describes editing is when you're making a cut, the first thing you have to focus on is the emotion, second is rhythm, third is and then it starts getting into the continuity. But he says that about 75% of your decision making in the shot should come from rhythm and emotion.
Wait,
That
yeah,
makes sense.
So continuity doesn't mean
Yeah.
shit.
You shouldn't cut a shot because like a bottle is.
Well, yeah. I know.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
cool.
They were being very nitpicky in this article.
Yeah, but I think Life of Pi is gonna take best cinematography.
Dude, when I was watching Life of Pi, I was actually blown away by the visuals, and that hasn't happened. In a
I mean,
very
that's what the
long time.
movie is for. You know,
I
that's
know,
it's that
it's
kind of movie.
Yeah, it's like.
It's very cinematography. It's supposed to
even
like
the
draw you
beginning,
into the
like, that
environment.
Zoo, it's just like, and then it was really cool.
It's supposed to be like exotic.
Like
you
the
know?
tiger is completely computer animated, and like the shot, the bird's eye view of what was the guy's name, and Richard Parker like lying in the boat,
Oh,
and you could
that's
see.
the cover of the book.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought that was a really good idea.
It was so fucking beautiful.
Should we?
Should we end?
Yeah, I think we should cut it. This is a good time. All right.
Yeah, the topics are getting kind of dry.
All right.
That's it.
That's it for today.
All right.
That was good though.
I thought